This is the time for Empty Courtesies. I'm here with Stephen Brust and Doc to discuss his book, 500 Years After, with our read-along commentary format. This is chapter the 8th, which treats of Sethra Lavode, the enchantress of Zur Mountain, on the occasion of her arrival at the Imperial Palace. Hi, Steve. Hi, Doc.
Alira is like Doc's favorite character.
Well, that makes sense.
I was so looking forward to this chapter, and it didn't let me down. I mean, Sethra Lavode and Alira are two characters who always deliver. You know, whatever I need them to do, they're right there for me. They're doing this thing, and getting them together and doing the meeting of them. It was just glorious fun. The whole yes, I love you too. The the argument and the threats to duel each other, and then they nerd out and geek out on sorcery because that's who they both are. That was just
the chance to immediately start CSIing the shit out of this body, just like takes over their other murderous impulses.
And that's so my tribe, if you know our people.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. We do that. We just get us some fascinating little bit of nerdy detail and we're gone. Whatever was on the agenda before, whether it was fighting each other or whatever, just like no man, this is cool. I got to do this.
It's because the only thing that is more fun than deadly courtesies is competence.
Yes.
Like on the scale of things that are sexy, like there's, I don't know, maybe good looks and then deadly courtesies and then competence. Like that's the scale right there.
I can accept that. and Doc has the good looks covered for my house here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got all the bitiness covered.
Yeah, and if you see what he's doing right now, it's very sweet. He's miming regurgitation. That's bird for I love you, because he wants to feed me.
Yes. My parents had a bird that would not mime the regurgitation. He would just...
Yeah, he will, every once in a while, he will actually regurgitate some food, and then I cry, and how stupid is that? Oh, my bird loves me, he threw up on me. Well, okay. But anyway, yes, back to Alira and Sethra.
And Kavrin, who, I mean, what the hell would Kavrin do if they dueled and slew one or the other of them right there with all the corpses?
Well, it'd be a much shorter book.
It would be a much shorter book, but my God, Kavrin's got, nerves of steel, being able to just sort of quietly stand by and
watch this all go down. But yeah, it was that was another thing that I gave a lot of thought to in this, is the arc, if I can use the word, of Kavrin's character, both as he was in the Phoenix Guards and as he developed through this. And there again, I'm just really playing off Dumas and the changes in D'Artagnan. Or is it D'Artagnan? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I think you want to scream D'Artagnan, like the guy in the Disney movie that I love and you hate.
No. Movie does not exist. There have been very many film adaptations of the Three Musketeers, some better than others, but that one is bad enough that it does not exist.
Okay, I can't believe. Wait, do you consider that one worse than the one with the airship, like the terrible steampunk version?
Oh my God, I don't think I ever saw that. And it is also not worse than the one called The Musketeer, which was horrible and absolutely nothing except an excuse for fight choreography, and the fight choreography was terrible.
I remember being impressed by how much fight choreography was in that version. Like, that's all I remember. I was just like, wow. And they're doing that again.
I didn't know about the steampunk version. The interesting thing about that movie, The Musketeer, which is absolutely terrible, but it taught me a little thing about writing. There was a really good lesson in it, because at one point they had worked themselves into the position where either this particular older character had to die, an older sympathetic character had to die, which would have been stupid and predictable, or live, which would have broken the plot.
And what did they do?
I believe they killed him, but it didn't matter. The point is, they had actually got themselves in a position as writers where there was no good way out. Anything they did sucked. And I was like, okay, I got to be careful never to do that.
Because otherwise you've got to, back that shit up and, change some things, which...
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the chapter, you've got His Majesty meeting Sether Lavode, or, receiving Sether Lavode. He's met her before, I assume.
I think so, yeah.
It's interesting how nervous he seems.
Yeah, well, I would be too. And of course, that's sort of the point. I mean, that's the way I am introducing Sethra, is the Emperor is nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is nervous. I mean, it's other people's reactions that tell you, that give you all that information about the character.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we're looking back in history. We know that Adron is just as much to be feared, but the Emperor doesn't have our advantage of hindsight, so
yep,
he will just continue being annoyed. So yeah, anything else you've got on chapter 8?
No, I think that's all Doc wanted to talk about. Chapter 9 is going to be fun, because that's where, well, oh yeah, the one other thing that was so much fun in that is the history. Is the thing about writing Parfy is I get to invent history just willy-nilly and as I feel like it. I can promiscuously say, now I'm just, I'm going to do another bit of totally random Dragaran history, and that's so much fun. You don't usually get to do that. I mean, in a tighter book,
Mm-hmm.
where the feel is different, you can't throw that in unless it's got some, unless it's appropriate.
But no,
Parfy doesn't know.
this is Parfy. Parfy spreads himself across the chaise lounge of history.
And then that's just so much fun. I'm going to invent this one battle and so on and so forth, and this beautiful bit with the headdress that was delivered. It was fun.
Oh, I forgot to make a note of who said it, but somebody mentioned in comments that from the intro, the three, there was something that Pamela invented, a prior work of Parfy's, and they were just searching for what it was referencing.
Strings.
Yeah. And they were just searching for what it was referencing. And, that's just, I think, one of the wonderful things about Parfy is, occasionally you're referencing something, but sometimes sometimes Parfy things just are. And, all right, well, we can finish up. It would be great, I think, for our listeners if we weren't awake at exactly opposite parts. So you guys are getting videos and like that fingertip of overlap when Steve and I are both awake. So, we'll do as much as we can.
As I said, I have to be awake when my characters are.
That's, you have that constraint, and I have to be awake when the county attorney needs typing done. So that's how it rolls.
Well, to finish off, I'm going to shoot the bird. So,
All right.
Bang!